Hi, my name is Leslie Miller. I'm an advisor with Washington Apex Accelerator, formerly known as Washington PTAC, or Procurement Technical Assistance Center. At Apex, we provide no-cost, confidential, one-on-one technical assistance on all aspects of selling to federal, state, and local governments, including bid reviews, marketing assistance, contract performance, and small business certifications. Today, we're going to review how to get your Unique Entity ID, or UEI, via SAM.gov. At Apex, we regularly support entities with their full registrations in SAM that allows them to receive federal awards and bid on government contracts. This is a much more complex process than what we will be reviewing today for this grant program. A UEI is a unique 12-character alphanumeric ID assigned by the federal government via the System for Award Management, or SAM.gov. As of April 2022, all entities receiving federal funds via contracts, grants, etc. must have a UEI. Since the funding for this grant program ultimately comes from the federal government, a UEI is required. A UEI is assigned, managed, and owned by the federal government. Getting a unique entity ID is free. Please make sure you are using a .gov site. There is no charge to register or maintain your entity information in SAM.gov. The process validates your entity name and address. If SAM is unable to locate your entity, a new record is created in its database. We are now going to review how to view your UEI if you are already in SAM. If your entity, your business or nonprofit, is registered in SAM.gov, you already have a UEI. This includes inactive registrations. Your UEI is located on your SAM.gov entity record. Log into SAM.gov. In the Entities section of your workspace, select the numbered bubble above Active Registration. Your UEI will be displayed below your entity name. We will now review how to get a UEI. If you do not have a UEI, you will need to obtain one from SAM.gov by going to www.sam.gov. Once you're in there, you will click twice to get on the start. You'll click twice on the Get Started button, which is highlighted with the red dots. Review and accept the terms to sign into SAM.gov. To sign into SAM.gov, you will need a Login.gov account. Input your email address. You may select to receive email communications in English, Spanish, or French. Check the box to accept the rules of use, and then hit Submit. This will generate an email from Login.gov. Check your inbox, confirm your email address. You'll now be directed to a page to set up your password. Your password must be at least 12 characters long. Next, you'll need to set up authentication for Login.gov. You may select an option like text or voice message. Once you hit Continue, the box here on the right will appear, and you will be instructed to enter your mobile phone number and indicate whether you want a text or phone call. Hit Send Code and follow the steps to validate your account. You have now successfully created your login.gov account. You will be asked if it's okay to share this information with SAM.gov. Hit Agree and Continue. A SAM.gov window will appear that will allow you to sign into SAM.gov. Hit Continue. This will take you back to the SAM.gov Get Started screen, but this time from within your SAM profile account. Note the links to Requests, Notifications, Workspace, and Sign Out on the top right of the window. Click on the Get Started button. This will take you to a welcome screen. Hit the Create New Entity button. The system will take you through a few short questions to determine what type of registration in SAM you need. The next screen asks, what is your goal? Who do you want to do business with? For the purpose of this grant, select the second option, I want to do business with a business or other organization which receives funds directly from the U.S. federal government. Upon selecting option 2, the screen will automatically expand to provide a list of reasons why you may need a UEI. The answer that best fits your intentions for this specific grant purpose is option 4. Apply as a grantee for federal funds distributed by a government entity other than the federal government. Select this option, then scroll down and hit Next. You'll then be asked who is requiring that you get the unique entity ID. Select option 3, local government office, i.e. of a county or of a city. Scroll down and hit Next. The system will then automatically make a recommendation for what type of registration you need in SAM.gov based on your responses. For the purpose of this grant, the recommendation will be to get a unique entity ID only. Go to the bottom of the table and hit the Select button. You'll now have an opportunity to enter your organization's legal business name and address. If you are a sole proprietor, enter your first and last name in the legal business name field. Hit Next. There will be a slight delay while the system searches for a match for your information. As part of this process, you may be asked to provide documentation to validate and show proof of your legal business name, physical address, start year, and state of incorporation. Check the box noting, I can provide official documentation if necessary to validate my entity, and hit Next. The system will now search its records to find a match for your entity. The next window will provide a list of potential entity matches. You will have an opportunity to select from the following options. I recognize my entity in the legal entities listed. Select the listing that is a match. If some details are not correct, you can update them. Or I don't recognize my entity on this list, and hit Next. We will now review next steps if you have a match from the list of entities displayed. If you are seeing a listing that matches, select I recognize my entity in the legal entities listed. Select the listing that is a match and hit Next. Review your entity details and select Yes, all details are correct, and then hit Next. You are almost done. A page displaying your validated entity listed will appear. Click the box to include your listing in a public search or uncheck to make private. Don't forget to check the box to certify you are authorized to conduct transactions on behalf of your organization. Hit Receive Unique Entity ID. A screen should come up with your unique entity ID. If this does not occur immediately, monitor your email for your confirmation and your UEI number. You may also log into your SAM.gov account workspace and view your UEI. We will now review next steps if you do not see a match for your entity and need to submit an incident. If your entity is not listed, this gets a little more complicated and may take a while for you to receive your UEI. You will need to provide documentation to verify your organization. Select I don't recognize my entity on the list and hit Next. A window may come up requesting your incorporation to founding information. Enter your start year and the state of incorporation. Hit Next. Review your entity information and if accurate, hit Next. Next, you will need to create a help ticket incident report to document your entity details with the Federal Service Desk or FSD. You will need to upload documents that prove your entity's information and fully describe your needs in the text box. Be sure to monitor your inbox for emails from the General Services Administration Federal, which is FSDS support at gsa.gov. The following is a list of acceptable documents that you may submit. Recommended file types include PDF, PNG, or JPG. Secretary of State Certificate of Filing or Certificate of Formation stamped as filed with an authority. Screenshot or PDF file of your business profile in your state online business registry, such as Department of Revenue or Secretary of State website, must be current registration and must include the site URL. Articles of incorporation / organization / formation stamped as filed with an authority. Department of Treasury IRS letter assigning your EIN. Bank statements, redact information that is not necessary for validation. Utility bill, water, gas, or electric only. And please note, bank statements and utility bills must be from within the last 5 years. For corporations and LLCs, the best resource for supporting documentation is the Washington State Secretary of State's website. Under the Corporations and Charities tab, select the Search Tools option. This will open a window that has the corporation search fields midway down the screen. You do not need to set up a customer login to search for your business. Enter your business name or UBI number. The next screen should bring up a listing for your business. Select your business name. The business information page will then come up. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and select the filing history button noted in red. Scroll again to the bottom of the list and select the certificate of formation and click on the View Document. This will bring the document as a PDF. Here's a sample of the certificate of formation along with the fulfilled docs that Provide the business name, mailing address, and starting date. These documents can be saved as a PDF to your hard drive and be uploaded to your incident report on SAM.gov. For sole proprietors, the Washington State Department of Revenue is an excellent resource. Select Look Up a Business from the main page. This will bring up this business lookup form where you can enter your business name or your UBI number and hit search. A listing of your business will then come up and you can click on the business name to see your profile. You can take a screenshot of this profile and use it as evidence for your UEI incident. The issuance date that's displayed can be used as your start date. Be sure to capture the website URL and header in your screenshot. You can save these as an acceptable file format and upload to SAM.gov. Once you've uploaded your supporting documentation, be sure to include the detail of what you need in the Provide Details optional text box. Be as specific as possible. In this example, it is noted, I have uploaded a screenshot from the Washington State Department of Revenue for my entity test account, which includes my address at 1234 Test Avenue, Seattle, Washington, 980101. And my year of incorporation is 2001 in Washington State. Please update your database to reflect this information. Here are a few tips. If you run into issues, this process can take a while. So it is important that you visit SAM.gov and work on getting your unique entity ID, UEI, as soon as possible. You do not need your UEI to apply for the Redmond Small Business Grant. However, you will need to have it prior to receiving funds should you be awarded the grant. It is important that you only create one help ticket. Creating multiple tickets does not speed up handling of your issue and may actually slow down the overall process. Regularly monitor your email. An entity validation agent will be in touch if they require additional information. Remember, each incident is being reviewed by an individual, so it is important that you be as clear with what you are requesting and upload the appropriate, accurate documents. Now we're going to review what you need to do when you receive an email your UEI has been updated or resolved. Here is a sample email. In this case, it is listed that they did not find a listing in the database, so a new listing was created and the site should be updated in 24 hours. Read the email carefully to determine what next steps are necessary. In this case, the email requested that you log into SAM.gov and restart the validation process with a new request. Sign into your login.gov/SAM.gov account. You will be asked to validate your login with a text code or call. Click on Workspace on the top right of the screen and click on the Get Started button to start a new validation request. This will then take you through all of the initial steps. You will then need to resubmit your entity information. Be sure and use exactly what was provided in the follow-up email. Acknowledge that you have this information and hit Next. The system will then search the database and it should bring up your listing since it was added. If for some reason it does not come up, please cancel your request and come back at a later date and try again. If everything looks good, acknowledge the match and select Next. You will need to decide if you want your information searchable or not, and then hit Submit. And you should receive your 12-digit Unique Entity ID or UEI. So, thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can contact me at info@washingtonapex.org. Thank you.